What's up guys, it's the Honest Outlaw here, and today we got another box from Sig. Now in this box is a Sig P210 target. Pop it out here and I'll show you what it looks like. Looks like that. It's a relatively old gun, not this is a new production, but the model itself is relatively old. I think somewhere around the 40s and 50s, if memory serves me. This is a target pistol from Sig, and it is a single action, single stack, kind of like a 9mm 1911, honestly. It feels a little bit like that with a different grip angle and just slightly different ergonomics. Obviously not with the straight back pulled trigger, but imagine a trigger just as good as the 1911. Now these guns are renowned through the world for accuracy and have been used in bullseye competitions for decades. This is, I guess, what you'd call the budget version of it. This isn't the one with the super target grips and the super target sights. I purchased this one because I got a really good deal on it. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that. I got it from Tactical Creations at a gun show, and that was a pretty good deal. I don't exactly remember, but if you go to the Instagram, you can figure out how much it was worth, and he is selling more of these as well. That dude's out of Vinton, Iowa, and he's a pretty good dude. But anyway, it comes with a obviously single-sided mag release, single-sided manual safety, and a single action trigger with a hammer that you can fan back. And if you don't know anything about single actions, if you pull the trigger, when the hammer's not cocked back, nothing happens. The hammer has to be cocked back for the gun to operate. It holds two, it comes with two single stack magazines, which is kind of the downside of the platform, honestly. Not when the gun was invented, but nowadays a gun this large, and especially a gun with a big of a grip like this, you would expect a double stack magazine. However, you're only going to get 8 rounds in the magazine, so it's even less capacity than something like a 1911, which is standard around 10 or so. So overall capacity is a big downside of this pistol, but you make up for that with extreme accuracy, build quality, fit and finish, and overall cool factor, in my personal opinion. Also, these wood grips look really killer, and they do make aftermarket grips for this. I was disappointed to find out I couldn't find any G10. Another thing that I noticed after purchasing the more budget-oriented model, it's a model with no adjustable sights, is that these are extremely hard to find as well, along with any other aftermarket accessories. I shot one of these a long time ago when I was younger and was a huge fan, and I've always wanted one. And the new P210 Carry was at SHOT Show this year, so I wanted to get this one first and then do a comparison with that one. And I wanted to kit this one off, get some cool grips and some cool sights. However, those are just not available at the moment, at least from what I saw. So with that said though, let's go take a look at this on the range and see how accurate it really is. All right, so now we got the 210 target out here at 25 yards. We're just gonna take a few shots with it. Sorry about the wind again. If you guys are new to the channel, it's very windy in Iowa and it's always windy here. We try to do filming when it's not as windy, but it always ends up picking up. That fun runs out quick, doesn't it?
Seems like it, yeah.
Back up a little bit here since that plate rack's a little bit forward, and we'll just try to shoot those 6-inch plates at 25 yards. That's how accurate it is. We got 3 of them in one shot. I bet your Sig can't do that. Pretty accurate. So what we're going to do now is walk down there a little bit closer, and we'll do some concealed carry distance, do some speed stuff. I know that's not what this gun's designed for, but I bet it can do it relatively well. I've got 8 in the mag, 1 in the pipe, so we got it at max capacity. And we had a failure of some type. I think I may have ejected the magazine with my hand.
And now we reload again.
Right. I said it's accurate, but is it paint can at 25 yards accurate? Apparently not. And we had a failure. Another failure for the Sig 210 target. That's not boding very well. That only took 5 shots. Got him on the ground in one though.
Slick maneuver.
They're easier to hit after they're down.
Now it smells like paint.
Got him again. Paint cans are wily, you gotta make sure they're dead.
Don't just double tap.
Triple tap when it's paint cans. You don't want them coming back. I've noticed it shoots a hair high. So what I have to do is kind of do a 6 o'clock hold. One of the disadvantages to this particular model of pistol of the 210 target is that it does not have the fine adjustable target sights. It has very large white dot combat sights. And while those are effective close up and honestly cheaper to produce and cheaper to put on the pistol, it's a huge drawback to this gun. Because this gun has an excellent trigger, but the sight picture is like your average $300 gun. So it's a little bit disappointing, honestly. To really get the most out of this pistol, I feel like you're gonna have to have those accurate target sights, or you're gonna have to somehow mount a red dot. And I'm pretty sure there's maybe 1 or 2 companies where you can get custom dovetail mounts made to put a red dot in this, but there isn't a whole lot of other real good options for it. Just do a 15-yard group. Just see how it groups. All right, relatively quick 15-shot group with gloves on. And we got enough to where we could easily cover it up with the old thumb. Obviously, we're a little bit left. So what we're gonna have to end up doing probably, which is why I was probably missing the paint can, is we're gonna end up having to drift that rear sight just a hair. So just give it a little taparoo and we'll be on point. But it looks like elevation is perfect. It just looks like we're a little bit left. Now we're out here in the wind tunnel at 50 yards. And luckily the wind's kind of coming straight at us, so it's not going to affect the shots too much. And we know we're shooting a little bit left, so we'll just shoot off his right shoulder a little bit. All right, 50 yards is like a chip shot to this thing. That was extremely easy. Let's go for something smaller. Oh, the last one was high. It's pretty good though. That's basically headshots at 50 yards. I mean, if you got a real big head, it's a 10-inch circle.
Maybe like your head.
Yeah, I might have a 10-inch head.
We'll measure.
I don't know.
We'll measure and get back to them. They're dying to know.
So now we're back here at 50 yards. We just went and reset all the pepper poppers and knockdown targets and stuff. So we'll see if we can hit them from here. Got one. Go for the pepper poppers. Oh shit, we can't see that last one. Oh!
Last one.
Missed him. It's okay, I got something for him. I'm just not too sure how far to hold off at this distance. All right, we'll see if we can get him.
There you go.
Suppose, what do you think? We'll go for him at 90?
Sure.
I have a feeling we'll be able to hit some things from here.
Something.
Sneak in suspicion. It's a little windy though. Oh yeah. Throw another few rounds in a mag. Let's make it 100.
Okay.
Last 4 rounds. Three out of 4 ain't bad. That one I pulled anyway. All right, so we shot about 200 rounds through the gun today. A couple things come out at me right away. We're obviously gonna do a full 1,000 round review of this, and if you wanna stay tuned for that, all you gotta do is subscribe. It'll come out in a month or so. But if you want my initial thoughts, here they are. It's an excellent gun. It looks cool, it looks classical. The wood grips feel and look really nice. However, I would prefer some more aggressive G10 grips. The gun itself is extremely accurate. Part of that has to do to the trigger. I'll show you the trigger here real quick. Very, very smooth, very light. Probably 1.5 pound to 2.5 pound single action trigger. Feels a lot like my Wilson Combat 1911. Very, very smooth. Ergonomics feel good. It's got the 25 lines per inch checkering there, but they are not very aggressive at all. And the rear strap has no texture at all, so it is a little bit slick in your hands. The trigger guard's a little bit small. Obviously, you wouldn't want to use this for a duty style gun, just simply because gloved hands. I have gloves on right now, and I had a bit of an issue fitting my fingers in there. And slide release works really, really well. The hammer feels nice when you pull it back. It's got good texturing on it. The slide itself is extremely low on the gun for a single action pistol, which is one of the things that attracted me to it overall. This has got to have the lowest bore axis of all the SIGs. Every SIG is like way up here for some reason. I like a lower bore axis. It reduces the overall felt recoil, and it makes the pistol look and feel a little more slimlined, which is really nice as well. The sights are a problem for me. Again, if I would have known that target sights were incredibly difficult to come by, I would have waited and purchased the more expensive version. Although it's like $300 or $400 extra for the gun with better sights, so they're kind of marking you up there because they know they're hard to find, which sucks. The biggest con of this pistol off the top of my head is capacity. It comes with 2 8-round magazines. That is just simply not enough for modern day. One of my favorite guns, if not my favorite gun, is the 1911, and it at least comes with 10-round magazines, which is a little bit better. But I try to cut the 1911 a little bit of slack, because it's, even though this pistol is an old design, the 1911 is even older. What I would like to see is them come out with a model that has a double stack magazine already. This is a really killer design in my opinion. I wish single action would come back in vogue. I know you have to keep it cocked and locked with a manual safety, but honestly that battery of arms is easy to overcome. They've been doing it for many years, trust me. And I think a little diversity in the market would be nice. I mean, personally, if they came out with this gun with a polymer or aluminum frame with a double stack magazine, I think they could really make some waves. It's extremely accurate, extremely easy to use, and harpens back to a day of just very classic looking and well-machined pistols, and it just screams quality, and on top of that has an amazing trigger. Now, we did have 2 malfunctions. One I believe was related to me accidentally dropping the magazine, which is something I literally never do, even in pistols that have extended magazine releases, so I'm kind of surprised about that. However, the second malfunction was in fact a double feed. So other than that, we had a pretty good time. Overall, it's a great pistol, but it definitely needs a 1,000-round review, partly to prove that reliability to me, but also because it's just a fun gun to shoot. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you want to become a Patreon supporter, I leave a link in the description below. And also, if you want to help out a local homeless shelter, they could use it now more than ever. There's a link in the description as well, and all you got to do is click it and you can donate to those kids. They'd really appreciate it. Check you later. I just wanted to put some in the middle, 5 yards or not.